Alrighty guys, before I attach you to the helmet, this is a Chinese GY6 Yamaha Zuma knockoff. This one says Bro All Terrain, Bro Tiffy, Bro 50. I think it's the Bro 50. I don't know. It is definitely looks a lot more rugged than most of the little 50cc scooters I've seen. However, this one's really been put through the works. But you know, for 2015, it still looks pretty good. It's got reasonably low miles on it. You know, it's just about to cross over into 5,000, so even for Chinese, that's not too shabby. However, it needed a lot of work. It had been sitting a while, so even though it looks pretty nice still, yeah, turn signals were all broken off. You can see how I mounted those, and they're on there pretty solid. They're not going anywhere, so we'll probably just leave those. They should blink. You should be able to see the orange underneath the headlight, so shouldn't get tampered with. The rear ones are still there. I did have to install a starter switch, so I put a waterproof starter switch on here, a little flip toggle switch. Now bear in mind, this will not start without the key. So even if somebody comes over and clicks it and turns it over, it'll just turn over till the battery dies. So nobody can start it without the key. Still gotta have the key. That being said, everything's still there. Fairly nice little scooter. It's not too shabby. I haven't had a chance to clean it yet, but turn the key the opposite way. Seat opens, as you can see. I need to clean it pretty bad. And I might just keep this. I might give it away. I might sell it. I don't know what I want to do with it, really. I did put a lot of new parts on it. New battery, as you can see. New everything. I got new everything. However, the starter wasn't bad. I thought the starter was bad. It was just a lack of power. So after the new battery went in there, it seemed to start working just fine. So, but yeah, this is a Zuma knockoff. It looks pretty nice. These are fairly expensive. Even the replicas of the Zuma cost about almost $3 grand. So this is almost a $3 grand scooter. You know, I picked it up for 150 bucks, needing a lot of love. And so now it's got that. I did an oil change, new everything across the board. We're gonna take it out for a little rip. I'm gonna do a review of it and see what my thoughts are. I don't know how much this one's been tampered with. Like I said, it feels like it's got a lot more power than it should. I'm not sure why, but definitely feels like it's got a lot more power than it should. So somebody, I think, did some CVT work to this. I don't think it has a big bore kit because it doesn't sound like it. Maybe it does. I don't know. That's a pretty big exhaust, but it's probably going to be a bit slower now since I pulled the other carb out. I'm still probably going to take this apart and see what jets they were running in this. But for now, for this test, because it was screaming on that carburetor, but it's running a whole lot better on this carburetor. That carb was very old, put through the ringer, but it was still working. So I don't really know the jet size of the carb that I just popped on there. We'll see how it handles power. But before, man, this thing was going almost 50, if not past 50. So it'd be kind of interesting to see what it's getting up to now. So let me throw on my helmet and we'll take you guys for a ride on the Chinese Bro 50 2015 scooter. Less than 5,000 miles on it. Let's take a rip, Chip. Right off the bat, I'm noticing this scooter sits really high, so this is definitely designed for a little all-terrain, rugged. My feet barely touch the ground. Look, I'm on tiptoes. They definitely designed this for ground clearance, that's for sure. So, oh my, it may even be more of a rocket ship with that carb that I currently put on there. So this is not going to be accurate, I can tell you that right now. This is definitely not going to be accurate. It says miles per hour is in orange. I'll be very surprised. I'll run a speed test on this with my GPS afterwards and we'll see what this thing actually gets up to. But let's give the Bro 50 a shot here and see what my thoughts are. Oh my. Yeah, it's pretty quick. Wow, this thing is zippy. Brakes work good. It's definitely a zippy little ride. I probably look kind of big for this thing. You know, 220-pound dude on this little 50 scooter. However, like I said, you can hear it, man. It rips. It's got custom exhaust. You pull back. She's got beans, man. She goes. Beans for days. No problem jumping up into traffic. No issue at all for this scooter. It's a little bouncy. Not a huge fan of all that bounciness. And there's no mirrors on this thing, but hey. Let's see what it gets up to here. Let's see what the speedometer says on this thing. So it says we're going 30. That's probably pretty accurate. Climbing up on 40. So the little orange one is 40. Dude, that might be right. There's 40. This thing is screaming along. Probably going 42 or 43 now. Wow, the scooter's quick. Tons of punch. I like this, man. This thing's really pretty zippy, if I'd say. So it's a lot more zippy than I thought it was going to be. Let's put it that way. So, turn signal here. Cut that corner a little bit. Yeah, this thing is a little rocket ship. This thing's kind of fun. I don't know, guys. I might just give it away on the channel to somebody. Jeez. This thing is a riot. It's not the most stable thing in the world, but it definitely works. So I don't feel like going up that way because it's really bumpy up that way, so we're not going to. Make this left right here. But you pull back on the throttle, man, she's got plenty of get up and go. No problem. Look at that. Already passing 20. This thing's a little ripper. Coming up on 30, going uphill. I could see it struggle a little bit going up this little incline, but I think that's because it was in between RPMs, because now it's getting up to almost 40 again. It doesn't feel very stable if you let go. Like, you really got to hold this thing down, you know. You definitely got to hold this thing to the pavement. And I think the back tire might have a slight wobble in it. Man, this thing gets up to speed quick. It is a ripper. This thing is not cheesy at all. This thing is quick. Holy mackerel. Whew. It's got like a sensation of floating a little bit. It definitely has some good shocks. Yeah, we got to be going like 45. Whew! I am impressed. This thing is a little rocket ship. It actually handles the road really well despite sitting up so high. I actually kind of prefer that form factor of how high it's currently sitting right now, because it feels like I have a lot of control over this bike, like a lot. It's easy to throw this bike around, counteract the size and weight of the bike, and if you pull back, she's ready for you, man. She's got plenty of pick up and go. This thing should keep up with cars easily out the hole. Should have no problem keeping up with traffic on this little Bro 50. And this is with 5,000 miles on it almost. I'm going uphill right now and I'm almost at 40. This thing is a screamer. Oh, I needed this in my life. This is fun. I told you guys, I was a scooter guy for a while there, because these things just, they're a lot of fun, man. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. They are a lot of fun. You give her any kind of beans and she's ready to go. Remember, I'm 220 pounds. This scooter's moving me along like it is nothing. Imagine if you were a smaller rider. This thing would be just a missile on wheels. For a 50cc, a Chinese 50cc, this thing is a rocket ship. Wow. What fun this thing is. What a blast this thing is. The Bro 50. absolute rocket ship. Idling perfect. Tons of balls, man. You pull back on this at all, she wants to go. She could almost wheelie. If you just put one knee back there, you could probably easily get this thing to stand up. Well, there you go. That is the Bro 50. It is the Yamaha Zuma knockoff from China. I know it says Basio, but it is not. Basio is just a off-company brand. But, man, rocket ship. I could actually have some fun on this, I feel like. Easily. No questions asked.
Are you sure this is okay? You're in country, dude. Live a little. Now, she's pretty sensitive, so go easy on the throttle, okay? All right.